Nexxlegacy.
What's good? What's good? This is your homie Branded B.I.G. doing it up on a Tuesday where this is Vintage Rock Tuesday. Vintage Rock Tuesday. Yes, it is. First ever Rock Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? So we supposed to have Art of Chaos up in here. So if y'all want to go ahead and bang the number and just get in where you fit in, make sure you do that. 347-215-8653. Once again, 347-215-8653. Doing it live. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to have my co-host Philly call in. You know what I'm saying? We're just going strong, going hard at it. You know what I'm saying? So we just going to make sure we do it. Vintage Rock Tuesday. This is not a joke. You know what I'm saying? Just shouts out to all those people going hardcore with this shit. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely trying to do it big. So just make sure y'all get in and fade this in because, you know what I'm saying, Branded is definitely up in here doing it up huge. So, you know what I'm saying, we just trying to make sure we make it happen tonight. You know what I'm saying? I got the host with me. Philly is in the house as well. What's good with you, homie? How you doing?
Shit, you know what I'm saying? Cool and doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? Running a little bit late, my bad about that, but yeah, what's really good? I don't know if they're ready for this vintage music rock radio thing, you know what I'm saying? We're doing it real big tonight, you know what I'm saying? Got Brian Torres from Art of Chaos doing it real big in the building, you know what I'm saying? Waiting for him to call in a little while, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool, and what you getting into?
Now, you know how we doing it, you know what I'm saying? First ever out of the gate, you know what I'm saying? So everybody pretty much going to fall in and, you know, listen to this historic show tonight, you know what I'm saying? Art of Chaos is definitely off the hook. Just played that Coward for the listeners, you know what I'm saying? Banging track, you know what I'm saying? Just doing it up big like we always do, son.
Yeah. But check it out. I think you should hit him with an Art of Chaos track.
Another one?
I think you should. No, see, I'm running late. My bad. I didn't know you already played one. Nah, then keep the other ones on lock. They ain't ready for that. They ain't ready for that. What'd you play for them, though?
I played Coward. I kicked it off with Coward.
See, if y'all listening, y'all need to call 347-215-8653. Again, 347-215-8653. Let us know what you think of that Art of Chaos track, Coward, if you haven't already heard of him, you know what I'm saying? And if you have already heard of him, call in, let us know how long you've been listening to him. If you got any questions for Brian, you know what I'm saying, call in, 347-215-8653. And y'all need to go hit them up at myspace.com/Art of Chaos, you know what I'm saying? They got bunch of tracks up there, a bunch of tracks for sale. Find out a bunch of info about them, club dates that they got coming up. You know what I'm saying? Art of Chaos is doing it real big, man. You know what I'm saying? And they from L.A., holding down Southern California, man. They doing it real big.
Yeah, they definitely, you know what I'm saying, making a name for themselves. And, you know what I'm saying, out of the gate, we're going to have some questions and shit like that. And if y'all just listening to it, if you at work, you can't pick up the phone right now, or if you're pretty much in between of doing a lot of different stuff, why don't you just go ahead and shoot off an email. Make sure you send that to vintagemusicradio@gmail.com if you have questions for Brian of Art of Chaos. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you get in where you fit in and just bang the numbers and stuff like that. You in the chat room, right, tonight, Philly?
Oh, no, I am not in the chat room tonight. I'm getting my party on after the show, so I am doing it real big in a little private room with nobody else in it while everybody else is out there smoking, drinking, doing what they do, you know what I'm saying? But they listening to the show, though, so shout out to all you crazy motherfuckers out there playing beer pong, rolling Dutches, doing what you do, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all y'all.
That's what's good, you know what I'm saying? So just make sure you stay dialed. We're supposed to have Brian on Art of Chaos in less than about 7 minutes, 8 minutes or so. But in the meantime, why don't you go ahead and bang this creed real quick. My Sacrifice. Holla at you, man. That's what's good. That is what's good. But yeah, he should be on any minute, sweetie. So, you know what I'm saying? Actually, you know what? I think I might have it on. Just 1 second, sweetheart. And let me go ahead and get this in real quick. Brandon and Philly, the hosts. We're doing it big, Vintage Rock Tuesday, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and grab this. Is this, you know what I'm saying, the man from Art of Chaos? Is this Brian? Are you on?
I am, man. How's it going?
Good. How you doing, man?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Man, I definitely appreciate it, man. Welcome. I mean, first off, you know what I'm saying, Philly's going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, jump off and start asking questions, but we do got a couple of people on the line, and but we're going to, yeah, out of the gate. I mean, you know, they beat you to it. But first off, man, welcome, man. I appreciate you coming in and being able to, you know what I'm saying, hang out with us for a little while, so I definitely appreciate that.
No problem, man. It's my pleasure.
All right, go ahead, Philly, man. I know you in the house. Go ahead.
All right, now check this out. Now, over the years, you know what I'm saying, you guys have been touring all over California, building up a good fan base. You guys have headlined many shows, but what's one of the shows that stands out the most in your mind and why?
Oh, wow. I definitely, I could probably have to say two shows. I think definitely, playing on, the summer we got the Summer Project Revolution, and if all those shows were amazing, but I definitely would say the last show we played was in, I think it was in Houston. It was probably the best show. Just, the energy was just awesome for tons of people, and that was such a great experience for us to be such a young band and not even be signed to play that show with, like, some of our heroes, who we grew up listening to. I think the impact and sort of, I think for the five of us at the time, it really sort of felt like, we accomplished something really great, and just to be able to do that together and to share that with people who were, like, really receptive to our music, I think to me was like an ultimate high and really put a cherry on top of 2007 for us. And definitely I think like every home show we've had, there was there's always, to be playing for people and you're fans from home, those are always really great too. I think sometimes those are almost better when you're headlining your own shows, because everyone's there to see you, and there's just really a warmth in the air. So I don't know, but yeah, definitely Houston and Project Revolution would probably stick out for me, I guess.
That's what's good. Now, speaking of the Project Revolution tour, how did that whole thing come about? How did Linkin Park end up getting at you? How did you guys end up doing that whole thing?
It started out pretty weird. A couple of friends of mine had mentioned this contest that MTV2 was doing, and didn't think too much of it in the beginning because there's like contests for everything, but it sounded like a really good opportunity, and about 200 bands in LA competed for a local spot on this show, and you basically had fans voting, nonstop. They could vote as many times as they want, and we just, we made it into the top 15, and they picked 5 bands to play a show and battle it out, and we were up like in the odd hours of the morning voting and voting with people. Like we would wake up and vote at like 2 in the morning, and we would just do some like crazy like voting parties. It was a lot of fun, and we got up there, and we got picked to be one of the 5, and we played a show at the Roxy with 4 other bands from LA, and, we played in front of Linkin Park and a couple of other people in the industry, and they liked us. We ended up winning, and our prize was our grand prize was to play one date, which was San Bernardino, but Linkin Park, I guess, just took a liking to us and asked us to come out for more dates. And we ended up doing like 7 more. We ended up going to Northern California, Arizona, and Texas. And we probably would have kept going, but I just think we couldn't, it was kind of too far to keep going. And we had to be back for like a show at home that we've been planning. So, it was definitely crazy. It started out, just being one gig, and then it turned out to being, ended up being way more, and it was awesome. It was so crazy.
That's what's good, man. That's crazy. You're on tour with Linkin Park, supposed to do one date and end up doing a whole bunch of them. But
yeah.
How did all you guys meet? You know what I'm saying? How'd you meet Matt, Jeff, Dave, Miles? You know what I'm saying? And how did All the Chaos form?
Well, we all met. We actually, Matt and I first met through an ad in the paper. Actually, we have a paper in Los Angeles called the LA Weekly, which is like a free publication. There was an ad, and I called him, and after a while, I came to try out for a band. It wasn't Art of Chaos yet, and we went through a couple member changes. And Dave, our drummer at the time, actually, Dave's no longer with us as of last month. But Dave and Matt had been, yeah, I know, right? Kind of a pseudo announcement, but Dave and Matt had played in previous bands together, and so we played. And Jeff, we lost our bass player, and Jeff came to try out. We found him through like ads online, like Craigslist. That's like the musicians' yellow pages these days. And then we wanted to add another guitarist last year. We really wanted to expand our sound a bit, and always had been wanting to add another guitarist, a 5th member to the lineup, and we found Miles, and Miles was great, and so that's how kind of we all, met, mostly through like ads online. The only people that really knew each other beforehand were Dave and Matt, so it kind of, we just all came together and found each other, luckily.
That's what's hell yeah. Now, you were speaking of your big fan base before, and I was checking out the MySpace. Before I ask the question, shout out to MySpace. Tell the people where they can find you at.
Oh, yeah. Everyone, you can find us at myspace.com/artofchaos. Hit us up, send us messages, leave us comments. We are always on there talking and throwing contests and doing crazy stuff, so that's the best place to find us and get in contact with us.
All right, see, now
Sure.
earlier before you had come on the show, we were telling people just how big Art of Chaos was. But if y'all don't believe me, you can go to the MySpace, myspace.com/Art of Chaos, and you got to check this out because they got Art of Chaos street team in New York. They got an Art of Street team. Art of Chaos street team in Chicago. But the one that really caught my eye, man, you got to tell us a little bit about that Art of Chaos Europe street team. You guys ever play Europe? I mean, like, how did that whole thing come about? Do you have a fan base in Europe? If you do have a fan base, how do the fans react to you? What's that? Tell us a little bit about that.
It is so crazy. It's weird that the internet gives us the ability to reach out to people outside of our hometowns. I mean, without MySpace, we wouldn't be able to reach out to these people. And these street teams sort of started on their own. We never initiated them. People came up to us and being like, I live in this state, and I want to start a street team for you so we can get you guys out here to play. And we're like, yeah, whatever you want to do, it totally helps. And it sort of like started. It started a little fire, and people started, making their own pages in Europe. Got crazy. I mean, I think the girls who were in charge of that page just started finding people, I guess, that are really into our music, and I think they're like over like 100 or like now they're like up to 1,000. They got a lot of people, and it's just really nuts, to never having, traveled to Europe, and we can't wait to get out there, but, it's really enlightening, and it's really sort of like humbling to be, to be able to reach those kinds of people. It's just, I think the only thing that saddens us is that we can't get to them fast enough, and hopefully, that day comes sooner than later. We're waiting to get to a lot of states that we haven't been able to. Just, we're still, as big as we may sit on the internet, we're still, paying for our own things and still having to try to make ends meet to make records and get out on the road, so definitely people buying music helps our cause, so.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, I saw you guys got that little snow cap up, so yeah, when you're checking out the Art of Chaos, myspace.com/Art of Chaos, don't be cheap. Come on now. Go to that little snow cap thing. Download the tracks for like 99 cents. Come on now. We're trying to do it real big.
Yeah. We're on iTunes. You can visit our store, buy a T-shirt. It helps us put some gas in the car and gets us out playing concerts. So.
And you know what? 99 cents for a track. I'm telling you, that's a steal. Because everything on your MySpace and your music in general. I mean, come on now, is it not? It definitely is. It's a steal because everything that I'm hearing as far as music wise, I mean, you guys are really coming together and doing real big things. And you know what I'm saying? And just the way you guys got together and stuff like that, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit different than like, growing up together, doing music together or something like that.
Yeah.
So when you guys were actually, just kind of like getting together, was there like points and times where you guys were kind of like, okay, well, you kind of had to, second guess yourself, or maybe is this really going to work? I mean, what did it take for you guys to actually like get that point where everybody just clicked? You know what I'm saying?
It's really funny is because we have these conversations with people, and definitely coming together, not knowing these people, you really feel like you're taking a chance. There's not necessarily anything invested emotionally for you, but I know that I'm a real proponent of, like, I come from a really close family, and we've just become so tight-knit, like brothers in a sense, and not knowing each other previously, you definitely second-guess, and you're like, well, what if these people click? But I think just there are moments when we're practicing in the studio, and this is how we sort of, like, if we ever have to find a member, we know we're working on something we love, is it's just these moments when we're writing, and everyone is just in a zone, and you can see it on people's faces, and I sort of am at the front of the room in a weird way, and I sort of can see everyone, and it's just the songs that come out and these sort of energies that everybody exudes. There's this sort of, synergy that goes on between us that I feel like it is those moments, every time that we have those moments, that, like, I feel like, this is why I'm here, this is why I want to be here, this is what I love doing with these, my four other friends, and when we bring that to the stage and we put that on a record, there's nothing that compares to that feeling, that energy, and being able to share that with people and bring that out in other people. I think that's the most important thing what we strive to do, and for that's the ultimate. And we all sat down once. We went to my house and we had a meeting, and we were talking about, we each had this weird assignment. I made everyone sort of do homework assignment and sort of write this mission statement about, why they wanted to be in music, and just so we could really, like, it sort of sounds weird and goofy, but so we could really see where everyone was at, and we ended up finding we were on the same page, and I think it just brought us so much closer together to know why we're all here, and it made our show so much better. Now when we play, it's so much more connected, and we're so much more in tune, and I think everyone really feels, there's something bigger and something greater out there, and our music, hopefully will play a large part in that, and discovering that in other people, and I think that's what keeps us here every day. I mean, every day there's, everyone has doubts, but we really believe in it, so we just keep fighting,
That's real. You know what? I mean, definitely a fan of the music, and just kind of like, just glancing on your MySpace and just seeing everything that's that you guys are trying to do. Definitely make sure that you keep in contact like you're doing with the fans, because a lot of people out here just pretty much just want to know, you guys don't have a major deal yet, but a lot of us is just wondering why. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I ask myself the same question every day. No, it's fine. Everything comes in time. I always think like, oh man, I wish I was younger. Like I'm getting too old for this. But I think about where my headspace was like 4 years ago, and I definitely think that everything happens in an appropriate time. And whenever success comes in whatever form that means, like I always say to the guys, if it all ends tomorrow and everything that we've accomplished, and I feel like, I did what what I set out to do, and I feel like we did what we set out to do, and we're so grateful to everyone who, we're so humbled and, always surprised by how people support us and, really crazy about the music, and to be on, such a small level, to have that much support, really, really keeps us going. Fans, on MySpace and on our mailing list and on our Facebook and everything just really inspires to just, it's connecting with somebody, so it gives us hope, and everyone's really has a lot of faith in us, and that's definitely something that energizes us and keeps us going every day. So we thank them for that, truly.
No doubt, Brian. You got to let the people know what's your Facebook. You gave everybody your MySpace, so what's your?
I don't know the link exactly because it has numbers and something. But
yeah,
you can find the link to our Facebook on our MySpace page. So we got all the goodies up on our MySpace. That's our home page right there. So, yeah.
Now, Brian, check it out. I'm not at my computer right now, but before you would come on the show and everything like that, when I was on the computer earlier, this kid, Rich from Michigan, Rich from Michigan was listening to your music, and he said that to him, you guys kind of resembled kind of like a modern-day Led Zeppelin, mixed with a little bit of Evanescence. He wanted to know, who are your major influences coming up?
Oh, wow. It's funny because each of us are so different in our own respects. I come from I listen to singer-songwriters and indie music, and some of my biggest influences are Radiohead, an Icelandic band called Sigur Rós, and Jeff Buckley, and compared to somebody like Miles, or comes from a metal, loves Killswitch Engage, and Atreyu, and Matt loves more nu metal, Deftones. He's a big Tool fan, and Jeff used to be the lead singer of a sort of alternative grunge sounding band. And we're all so different that when it comes together, it works in a weird way. It gels, and I think that definitely gives us a unique sound in a sense. I definitely hear that we get Led Zeppelin, we get Rush a lot because of my voice. We get some crazy ones. I've gotten people think I sound like Michael Jackson. So someone else has said we sound like Coheed and Cambria. I get the weirdest things sometimes, so it's really funny. It used to bother me, but now it's just it just makes me laugh, and I appreciate the comparisons, because some of these people that people say we sound like are really great artists, and people that I'm a big fan of. So it's not too bad. It's pretty awesome, I think.
This was good. Now, speaking of influences, okay, you got to we started off the show before you would come on the air. We started it off with the track Coward, and we're about to get into a track, you know what I'm saying, for people just like us. But I just want to let you know that track Coward is fucking ridiculous. You put so much that track gives me chills. I know exactly what you're saying. It's that track is just rewinding last year for me and everything like that. But what was the influence behind that song? What influenced you to write that song?
Wow. I definitely, when I'm writing music, I think the artist, when I'm writing lyrics, I'm writing melodies to songs that we come up with. My always main thing is to always put the story and the emotion in it, so that when people hear it, they know exactly how it's happening and how it feels. And I think when writing Coward, I was coming up with lyrics, and we sort of written the song, come with melodies, and I mean the songs for that one, I have some songs that are really metaphoric and can take some explaining, but I feel like Coward's really in your face in the sense that it's about a relationship, and on a bigger picture, what I want to do with that song is, I know that. And it's funny, and I don't say it in the song, but Coward, it's talking about somebody, who did all these things and said all these things and then sort of ran away and didn't speak the truth when they could have saved a lot of time. And I've been on both sides. I've actually been the coward, and I've actually, been the person that did something bad to somebody, but also been on the other side where I was sort of the victim. And I think that song, the bigger message in that song is, asking people to sort of say things like what they really mean instead of trying to be, instead of trying to let down people easy. I think sometimes in telling someone in a relationship that, when people say it's not you, it's me, like I just want to be friends, they're not really saying what they really want to say, which is like it actually is you. I'm not interested. Mm-hmm. Like I'm going to save you a bunch of time, and like, they keep people lingering, and I think that's such an injustice to do that to people, to keep them hoping that like maybe they'll change or something, when it's just like it's so much of a better thing just to be straightforward and let people, move on. And I think that's what happened with me, is that people kept me waiting in the background thinking that there was something more when they were just too afraid to just hurt my feelings, which, to me is they're cowards because they really don't want to hurt their own feelings because they're going to feel guilty, And I think that's sort of what the song just asked for people, just to be more honest and straightforward, and maybe that'll sort of cure some of those relationship ills that we have. And I didn't want to write a song that was like in your face, like angry and revenge, vengeful. I don't like to write songs like that because I feel like everyone has their own responsibility and everything. But I think it was definitely asking everyone in a bigger picture to just be, not be weak and be honest. And I think, we asked for that in a lot of the lyrics for, bigger sense of truth, I guess.
No doubt. Vintage
I'm sorry. I'm the biggest talker in the world, so cut me off whenever you want.
Oh no, man, that is straight. You know what I'm saying? Let the people know about you.
Exactly. I mean, that's what a lot of fans know. We had a couple of people call in and call off, but don't be scared. Brian's not going to bite, only if you want him to. So just make sure you get in.
I like that.
347-215-8653. We got a few questions in the chat room, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit up for people just like us, because I know you want to hear it. If it sounds a little bit staticky on your phone, just sound crystal clear on the airwaves. So we doing it up big on Vintage Rock Tuesday. Vintage Rock Tuesday. We are in the goddamn. We're in the house. That song was so ill, so ill. Loving that song to death. We doing it big tonight. We got Brian of Art of Chaos is in the house. And, you know what I'm saying, we definitely just storming the airwaves at night, you know what I'm saying. If you want to continue to get in, just go ahead and hit it up, 347-215-8653. Once again, 347-215-8653. And, Brian, I mean, love that song, man. That song is fire. Fire.
Thanks, man. That definitely is one of my favorite songs on the record. I mean, I love them all, but I really have an emotional connection to that one. It's definitely one of my favorites.
Definitely fire. And we got a whole bunch of emails and questions, and a lot of people just, praising the music and stuff like that. We got one from Harriet. It looks like she's calling from, she's sending an email from Texas. And one of her questions was, do you guys plan on coming out there to do any shows, or what's your schedule looking like for this month going into the rest of the year?
You know what? This month we actually we have a few local shows we think that we're doing. Definitely one at the end of this month. We're playing Chain Reaction Anaheim, so anyone from Southern California, definitely come out to that. In the interim, we're definitely working on writing a new album, and we're looking at touring possibilities. If we can jump on any tours, we're hoping to do that, and we're in talks to maybe do some of those things in the near future, maybe starting as early as March, April. That sort of remains to be seen, but if it all depends on us, we definitely want to get out there by late spring, early summer. We're going to get out to Texas, especially. We love Texas, and extend the tour wherever we can. It's all about just getting the support and making sure that we have people to play for and selling music and just getting the music out there. And that's hopefully we can pull off a tour. We don't necessarily need to be making money as long as we break even. I think that's the hope. So, but we hope this summer. Each of us keeps talking about it. Sorry, you're gonna hear a train in the background. Each of us keeps talking about it, but we're really aching to get back on the road. We miss it, so we're every day working harder and harder to make that a possibility. So hopefully soon. I guess that's my answer.
That is definitely what's good. Let me go ahead and take a call from
great.
Well, this call is from an unlisted call. You on live with Brian of Art of Chaos. Welcome to Vintage Rock Tuesday. What's good?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. How's it going?
Hi, it's Carol.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. I just thought I'd call in because everybody else is saying, you call, so I just wanted to get up and...
I'm glad you did.
Huh?
I'm glad you called.
Yeah, this phone's really crappy, so that's why I asked if you can hear me. I can barely hear you guys. But anyway, you're talking about like the, Dave not being with the band anymore. I was just curious, do you have like a new drummer lined up now, or?
We actually do. We we made an announcement on MySpace on the 1st. We kind of wanted to wait to sort of let everyone know that Dave had decided to leave the band for artistic differences, and we sort of wanted to keep it under wraps a little bit until we were sort of ready to announce it. And we didn't wait too long, but we've been working someone pretty exclusively, and he's working out really great. And we're sort of wanting to make a really big sort of surprise announcement, so I don't want to sort of reveal his name or really like give away his MySpace link or anything. But February 24th, Chain Reaction. If for those of you who aren't in Southern County, you can come out and you can meet him, and he's really great, and it's truly been a really great experience, and we're really excited to be working with him, and he's bringing a lot to the music and the writing, and it's really cool. So, but definitely within the next couple of weeks, we're going to be doing it officially, and you're going to see him, and you're going to see pictures of him and videos and all this cool stuff. So we want to do it. We want to do it this big sort of like grand opening of sorts for our new member.
All right, cool.
I'm trying to be as thorough without being too revealing, I guess.
I know. Now I'm kind of like thinking, maybe I shouldn't have asked that question.
No, it's totally cool. I'm glad you did. I mean, people had been asking, and I don't know if everybody knew about Dave, but we wish him the best, and I'm more than imagine he's doing great. He's a great musician. He's a great person. So I hope he's kicking ass somewhere out there.
And you've written a lot of new songs, I've heard.
Oh yeah, there's so much new material on the back, like not on the back burner, but in the works that I don't think I've ever been this excited for new material, just because I feel like the sound's just fresh and it's big, and it's going to be a lot of things, and I can't wait to narrow the songs down and put them down and share them with everybody. I think that's our immediate next course of action. So
any new songs?
Pretty exciting times. What's that?
I said, any new songs that you're planning to play on the 24th at the
Yeah, the 24th, we're playing one new song. I don't have the lyrics finalized yet, so I don't have a title, but there is definitely going to be one, and we think it kicks a lot of ass, and we're excited to share. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's great.
It's exciting.
It is.
It is. Okay, well, I don't know what else to ask, so.
That's cool.
I got a couple questions answered that was on my mind.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you calling and helping add to the interview.
Yeah, well, no, it's a great interview.
Awesome.
I like it. Well, I hope more people
Well,
call it.
Yeah, great. All right, well, nice talking to you.
You too.
Okay.
I appreciate the call, definitely. Appreciate it. Definitely Vintage Rock Tuesday. We got Brandon in Philly and Brian of Art of Chaos, you know what I'm saying? And we continue to get a lot of emails and a lot of people in the chat room right now, but one pretty good question from Brianna. She's out in Fairfield, California, and she wants to know what advice do you have for anybody that's trying to get into this business right now?
Wow. People ask us that all the time, and there's never one answer, because if we all had the answer, I think we'd all be famous or something, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
No, but the music industry right now is harder than ever, and I've worked a lot of jobs and studied in school, sort of the industry, and it's definitely a crazy time to get in. Do I think anybody should not try? No, I think now more than ever, the artists have a lot more power on their own hands and can really make a career for themselves on their own, and it's definitely an era of do-it-yourself. And I just feel like as long as you're willing to do what everyone else is not willing to do, if you're willing to, while everyone's sleeping, be up at night just working hard and really writing songs that you feel are captivating and are really true and just connect. And if you got the passion and the drive to chase it, I say go for it, and no matter, I don't think success is measured by how many records you sell or how big a stadium you fill. Success is measured, and how many people, I guess, you could connect with and share really great moments with. And that's 100 people. If that's 100,000 people, I think everybody's idea of success is different, but I definitely think both are more than worth it. And just being able to express yourself, if that makes you happy, then go for it. And that's really the only advice that I can give, is just, really don't give up, and you'll find some way to make it work if you really want it. So, I mean, we don't have it figured out yet, so hopefully my advice works for myself. But you got to have relentless faith, and I know I'm not trying to sound cocky, but I've never doubted myself in a sense, even though I've had my moments of weakness. But you got to believe in yourself more than anybody, because this world is definitely a hard place, and people always try to get you down and tell you that you suck or your music sucks or, you know, you're never going to make it. But as long as you don't let them get to you and you just always believe yourself and love yourself enough and, you know, really see things out. I don't know where I'd be right now if I wasn't, you know, chasing this dream. I don't even know, you know, what I'd be doing, or to me there really be nothing else for me. And I, you know, I have my moments where I'm, you know, doing great, and I have my moments where I'm not doing not so great, but I know that I'm doing better than I ever was before personally, internally, just because of what I'm trying to accomplish and how much it means to me. So I think, you know, if somebody were to do that, I definitely think it would bring a light to their life, and they should go for it.
Right.
So
Definitely.
I guess, yeah, that's my...
That's a good answer, man. Especially, you know, with all of us up and coming artists trying to, you know, make a name for themselves. I think personally, every time that you go out there and you perform and you get yourself heard, I think that's probably the best way to network, is just to be able to, you know, just keep the MySpaces going and just try to perform, you know, every single show you possibly can touch, and just be able to get out there. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah, and make friends. A lot of people, especially in Los Angeles, can be really competitive and really ugly towards each other. And I think that if everybody just really embraces a community of musicians, find a band that you love that's just like your band. You guys can play shows together, get your fans to love their fans, and you guys can start your own little movement. It's like, you can survive making enough money off shows and off money overseas. You don't need some big label. You can tour on your own and you know, be satisfied with the money that you're making. If you're in it for the money, then, like, you know, then you can still do that. I definitely think, you know, performing, like you said, and getting out there and doing anything you can to get your music in people's hands. Like, we hand out our CDs for free. We feel like, oh my God, you know, it's more important to give somebody our music than have it sitting in my trunk of my car, you know. So
there you go.
And MySpace is a great way to promote yourself. Use that, you know, message people and be like, I really think you like my music. Share it with as many people as you can, and do what you can to get it out there. There's, like I said, the internet these days is so amazing and gives artists so many opportunities to really make a name for themselves. And there are people, I have friends in bands who don't have labels, and they're doing amazing just on their own, just doing their own thing. And, you know, it definitely gives a lot more power to the independent artists these days, which is, you know, kind of a scary thing, but it's also a really cool thing, too. So,
yeah, that's what's good. Now, with you speaking about the music industry and everything like that, with you guys being an independent band, and you know what I'm saying, with me being an independent recording artist also, I know you can't really speak on certain things, but have you guys had major record labels get at you and offer you, you know what I mean, a distribution deal, a development deal, straight up record deal, stuff like that?
We've had a couple people, like A&R people and labels and management. A lot of people come to us and wanted to offer things, and we definitely don't ever go in a direction. We know, I think the most important thing for us is to really connect with a team of people, and building a team of people that really believes in what you're doing, doesn't necessarily, who sees it for what it is and what it could be, and not necessarily just sees it from the outside. Like, somebody definitely believes in what you're doing and gets it. And it's, you know, it's not always the easiest thing to find those people, but I think if you wait around for it, someone someday hopefully will find that. And we've had some interest from labels, and we're definitely in a situation where we have a lot of people waiting to see what our next record sounds like, and we have those doors open to us and those desks ready, those earphones ready to hear what we can do. And it's pretty exciting for us, because we definitely got our foot in the door with the things that we've been doing over the last couple of years. And so I feel like the only thing that can really stop us now is us, and we're moving along with that and just really trying to make the next record just really great and really pour ourselves into it and just be creative and just be really artistic. And, you know, like I said, that's why I'm so excited right now. It's all happening so fast, and we're really eager for the next step. We're ready for it, you know. So
I feel you.
Everything's unfolding, hopefully.
Yeah, man, I can definitely relate a lot to everything happening really fast, because it's like the same way with us too. But with you speaking of your new project and everything like that, when can we expect a date on that? Like, when can we expect a release from that? But before you speak on that, can you tell us some past projects that you have? Like, what was your debut album? You know what I'm saying? How many albums you guys got out? And when can we expect a release date on the new album?
Yeah, we have our first, I mean, there are a couple different members, actually. Our first record, which is like we were just starting out, and we really wanted to put out a record. So, you know, you need a record these days. Not a record like a professional album, but something recorded so that you can give to venues or share with people, and that was sort of our what we called the Lucid EP. It was 7 songs back in 2005. We put it together, and it's definitely the first step. I think the writing, we were just getting into each other's sound, so there's some great songs on there, and people really responded to a song like All Right. And then just recently, we added Jeff to the lineup after Lucid came out, and we had another guitarist, and we were really aching just to put out a new example of what we were sounding like, and it'd been 2 years because so much had just gone by really fast. So we really sort of put out Crimson and Catharsis, which came out in 2007, just this last summer. We sort of rushed to put it out. It only has 5 songs, but we were just, needed something to represent who Art of Chaos was now, and, that definitely has been a great response. It's gotten us a lot of opportunities because, songs like Coward, songs like Wake Me just really connected in a way sonically that, with people, and just we sort of stepped up our game, and sort of for the next record, it's like the stakes are even higher, and it doesn't have a title. A lot of the songs don't have titles yet. There's still works in progress, but we're definitely looking to make a record really soon. The next couple of months, we're probably going to be putting finishing touches on writing, and I'll finish up lyrics, and we hopefully, like spring, summer, we're hoping to get that all done and just put it out and get back out there. We're really aching to get back on the road, so we're trying to do all this stuff as fast as possible, but still take the time to do it right. So,
definitely,
like I said, there's a lot of opportunities for us, so we don't want to speed it up too much. But I would definitely say summer would be the perfect time to expect a new record from the Chaos Boys. So,
all right, that was good. Let me go ahead and grab another call from the East Coast, upstate New York, 607. You on the line? DR Tuesdays. You on the line with Brian?
Hey, what's up?
How's it going?
I'm pretty good. I just wanted to know what your guys' biggest challenge has been this far.
Oh, wow. I think that's such a chunky question. Biggest challenge so far. I don't know if this has necessarily been the biggest challenge, but I think maybe it's a challenge for everybody. It's just the challenge of really, I don't know if it's a challenge, but I think just not to get discouraged. We don't easily get discouraged, but I think it's anybody's challenge that so many people say, like, it's not good enough or you're not good enough just on your up and coming, and then you just keep believing in not trying to prove those people wrong, but to really just show people there's something worth, following. And definitely we've had fans who believe in us, but I think on an industry sort of side or on this bigger sort of side, people only want to work with people when they're making tons of dollars or they already have a finished product. And like I said, the music industry these days is a lot different from what it was, and people are taking a lot less chances on new artists. And I think a challenge has been doing it all on our own, but at the same time, I think it's the best thing possible, because when we do make it to whatever end it is, it'll all be worth it because we did it on our own accord, not because somebody else helped us. And it definitely means a lot more to each of us when it's sort of a personal success. But I think that all rolled into one can be the most challenging thing, but I think we're pretty good about not letting that get us down, and we haven't let it so far. But every day you got to try to fight that little voice in your head, or the people's voices, that try to steer you from what is your direction. And I think that's a challenge in life in general. So I don't know. That's the only thing that I could think of.
Yeah, that's a good answer, because I know, sometimes on our show, me and Philly, we always talk about haters, people that's always either in your face in a negative way, talking about either, oh, you're not gonna make it. And then one of the questions that I have she's calling from, well, actually she's emailing from Florida. Her name is, she just says Princess P. And she just wanted to, I don't know who that is, but shouts out to you from Florida, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for listening. And what she wanted to know is, do you always get that? Do you have some people that always come to you and say, try to, just basically just weigh you down and just saying your music isn't what's out there right now?
We get that a lot. I mean, you get a lot of people that love it, but guess what? The more people that, it's pretty, everyone that loves you, there's going to be, for every person that loves you, there's going to be somebody that hates you, and that's life. I mean, if everybody loved you, I think that's almost impossible. Like, everyone hates, some of the greatest artists, and everyone loves some of the worst artists. I think, there are a lot of people, especially with, my voice, for example, people will be like, I can't stand your singer, his voice is annoying, and this and that, but then you have people who love it. And I think what our fans we really truly come to understand with our music is you either love it or you hate it. We rarely find people who are in between or like, it's okay. It's more like people are really excited about it, they really don't like it. And, what I always say, and I think the band agrees, is I'd rather have 5 people that love it to death versus 20 people who think it's okay, you know, and it's just because I think it means more to have people who really like it. But yeah, there's definitely people who, you know, are always saying like, oh, your sound's outdated, or your sound is too weird, it's too progressive, it's too like, I don't get it, or you know, exactly, and you know, everyone kind of wants you to serve it on a platter, and it's hard to do that. But there are those people. I'm hopeful, and there are a lot of people who really like what we do, and you know, and those people, like I said, encourage us, and we know that those people are out there, and we're making music for them, and not the people who want to wish us negative things.
Exactly.
Kurt Cobain said something. I just wanted to make a comment. Kurt Cobain said something interesting, and I'm sort of misquoting it. But he found it really weird when they were really big in Nirvana to have like people that hated him or were like bullies in high school were the people that were like in the front row in his concerts, and that weirded him out. And it's sort of weird, and I always think about that, you know, that people someday will come around, you know, whether they hate you now, something that later. And some people need to be told what's cool, and, you know, hopefully, you know, people can figure that out for themselves, and those are the kind of people that if they feel brave enough to follow something that's not being played on radio like we are, you know, and can support something and believe in something that's a little bit scary, it's riskier, then, you know, we're all for those people, and, you know, welcome. But you know, the world works both ways.
I feel you. Just so you know, man, you may not be getting radio play anywhere else, but we just want to let all the chaos know, man. Y'all always got radio play here on Vintage Music Rock Radio.
Hell yeah, and that's why I'm talking to you right now.
There you go, exactly.
You always got mad love at Vintage Music, Mystery Entertainment. You feel me? Big
no,
love,
man,
big love.
I appreciate everything you guys are doing. I think like shows like this and building your own communities and spreading music on this level means more than, you know, these sort of bigger, you know, FM's Clear Channel stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't even think people listen to that stuff anymore, and I definitely love what you guys are doing and appreciate. I'm so happy to be on the show. You don't even know. Like, this is truly an honor, and I thank you for that.
Oh, no, man, it's an honor to have you on the show because, like I was telling you when I first got at you guys, like, we've been wanting to do this vintage music rock thing for a while, but because, you know what I'm saying, we're hip-hop based, you know what I'm saying, we do the vintage music radio show Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and that's a hip-hop show, you know what I'm saying? So when we first got the idea to bring in the vintage music rock radio, we had got it a couple different rock bands, you know what I'm saying, some major, some independent, some underground, but basically none of them would give us a chance because of our hip-hop roots. They didn't think that we'd be able to successfully cross over with another radio show. So I just want to thank you very much for giving us that opportunity. But another thing I want to speak on that's pretty big for Art of Chaos is you guys aren't signed, which I can't fucking believe, to be honest with you, like, really, because you guys got a lot of talent. Like,
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Definitely. Like, there is no reason you guys should not be signed, you know what I'm saying? Your sound is original. Your lyrics are real. They're deep. Everybody can relate to them, you feel me? Whether that be hip-hop or rock. But there's two things. One, with you guys being from the Los Angeles area, Southern California, like, do you guys have any hip-hop influences?
Personally, I think, like, I don't know if I would call them influences, but I think everything that you listen to growing up to now influences you in some way and crawls out of you and spills into your music. I grew up being from the West Coast. Like, some of the guys are from, like, Miles from Seattle, Matt's from North Carolina, Jeff is originally from Missouri. I grew up listening to a lot of West Coast rap. My brother, my father surprisingly, and my brother are huge hip-hop fans. Like, even my mom listens to hip-hop. It's crazy. I'm the only one in my family who listens to rock. Everyone hip-hop, R&B, like, it's so crazy. I'm like the black sheep in my family. But no, I grew up a lot. Like, I love Tupac records. I mean, I love them all, like Machiavelli and All Eyes on Me were like some of the records I listened to 11, 12, 13, you know, throughout that. And I grew up a lot, you know, listening to a lot of Death Row stuff. And people probably think I'm so hardcore now, but I was definitely repping the West Coast when there was that East Coast, West Coast battle. But yeah, I grew up a lot of that, and I definitely, you know, I still listen to, I burned like a Tupac, like what I thought was the greatest hits for me, for my band, like a couple months ago, and we were like listening to beats, and like, you know, I thought a lot of his music were really creative, and his lyrics, you know, Tupac's lyrics were just so like in your face, and they were just so truthful. Everything that he was saying, you knew what he was saying, and he was never talking about like, you know, like dancing in clubs. His shit was like political, it was social, and it was always really smart, and it really always cut through, and I always loved that about him, and I, you know, that's why I truly miss him now as an artist, you know, to not have his music out there. But I definitely feel like he for me at least, was at the top of when I loved hip-hop, and I know that was sort of a while ago, but I still love the stuff that comes out today. You'll catch me in the club going crazy and rapping along to some of my favorite songs. Like, I'm all over the board. I listen to everything, so... but I know that Miles is really big into hip-hop, too, and we were just having a conversation about R. Kelly and how much we love him, how incredible we thought, like, you know, his records were and his production were. So we definitely, you know, we have our ears open to everything. We're big music fans of all genres.
That's what's good. Now, I know this may be a little bit off topic, but last night on our show, Make It Happen Monday, you know what I'm saying, we're doing it real big with the hip-hop edition, vintage music of the show. And with you speaking on Tupac, one of the topics we came across last night was Tupac's All Eyes on Me and Machiavelli are both classic albums, and both of them are considered to be, like, one of the best, if not the best, hip-hop albums ever made. Which one do you feel is better, All Eyes on Me and Machiavelli, and why?
I think to me they're so different records. Like, to me, Machiavelli is so much darker, and it's a lot more dramatic, and I love dark dramatic music. Like, you know, songs like Hail Mary, and like, oh man, they're so like they're so dark. And a part of me wants to say All Eyes on Me because it has more songs. But it has 2 records, so it's like, oh, more for your money. I don't know, man. It's such a hard question. Like the Rider song, I love that piano. Like, I don't know, I'm so torn. I would say maybe, and this is not, I don't think that one's better than the other, but my favorite is probably All Eyes on Me because it, you know, I grew up listening. You know, that for me was such an important record. You know, growing up, and every time I hear it, it takes me back. So, I think I would lean that way. I mean, I don't want anyone to like get on my case because I picked that one, but I just think there were just more tracks to me that stood out and that I remember. And man, Machiavelli's so good too because it's just more, like I said, it's more dark and definitely like more like aggressive. So I don't know, it's a big toss up.
I feel you. Now back to Art of Chaos. Earlier, before this whole little side topic thing came up, but you know what I'm saying, we're a hip hop show, so I had to see if you had any hip hop roots with you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, thank you for asking. No one's ever asked me that before. That's awesome.
Well, most definitely. I'm glad I was the first person to ask you that. But back to the whole Art of Chaos thing. Earlier, you were saying that, yes, you guys have had major labels come holler at you, major or just people hollering at you, wanted to manage you, do whatever, you know what I'm saying? But basically, right now, you guys don't have a record deal, you know what I'm saying? But last year in 2007, you guys were voted the best modern rock band of the year, as well as performer of the year at the 2007 Los Angeles Music Awards. How did that feel? And how did that feel being nominated, you know what I'm saying, winning those awards without a record deal? And what was the whole process like when you guys first found out that you were nominated and then actually winning the award? What was that like?
It was crazy. We, you know, the LA Music Awards in the Los Angeles scene they're definitely a very community-oriented, very artist-oriented award ceremony, like very community-based, and it's not necessarily based off labels. It's more based on artist recognition. I think that, you know, other artists recognizing artists, and I think that definitely made it important for us. And we, I think our record had gotten submitted to be considered for, you know, sort of the awards. They do these different sessions of applications or submissions, and we got a call saying we were nominated, and at the time we had been asked to perform, and we didn't know if we were able, but we were able to perform, and just performing on that stage in front of all those people was really cool. We got to go on last, and we played our song Coward, and we were definitely different from a lot of the bands, but you know, the performance was really great. And right after they sort of announced we had won, it was, you know, our award came after, and we were like, you know, still putting down our instruments. Like, I think Miles still walked out, or Jeff still walked out with his guitar over his shoulder and was like accepting the award, and we were like bumping into each other, and it was crazy. It was really fun. My mom got to be there. Jeff's mom got to be there, so it was just fun to share that with our family, and it was just like a really special night for us, like to sort of have everything sort of wind down and have the LA Music Awards to be recognized by local artists in that sense. I think it was really fulfilling to sort of, you know, make a name for ourselves in the musicians community versus, like, you know, obviously, like, it's different from a Grammys, but it didn't make it any less special for us, and I think it made it even more so, and definitely a high for us to be Modern Rock Band of the Year. That's such a cool thing to say, and then everyone's, you know, amazing, but to be recognized, I think, is really cool and acknowledged, and it only adds to our drive, you know, to just achieve more and set our stakes higher. So definitely very, very fun event.
VR Tuesday. This is Branded, Philly, Brian of Art of Chaos. Now, I'm going to play Wake Me for the listeners out there, because I got to tell you, we got a lot of listeners tonight, and I'm getting like so many emails, but I'm getting people either in the chat room or sending emails letting me know to tell you that they love you. I'm gonna have to send you. I'm gonna have to send you like you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to forward you a lot of these emails, but there's so many emails from people that's telling me that they're loving you, man. Not just out in California. I got a couple of emails from UK just saying, Brandon, can you tell Brian that I love his music? I got
awesome.
You know, I got Jody from Minnesota. She left you her number, so I can give that to you. So.
Wow. Well, I'm flattered.
Look at that, man. You've been on the show. You ain't even been on the show an hour yet, and you already got yourself some vintage music groupies dropping you the numbers. Damn. Damn. And the majority, and you know what, Brian? The majority of the people was just, I mean, they're shy, they're scared to call, but at the same time, Brian's not gonna bite you, like I said. Unless
call. I want to talk.
Yeah, exactly. So make sure you hit it up, 347-215-8653. But you know what? You got one quick segment with Brian before, you know what I'm saying, he's out of here. So I'm going to play Wake Me, but I want to see some callers and more emails, but keep it going. But Brian, I'm telling you, man, these emails, you know how we have like special nights where, you know, that we kind of like go in and you kind of look at tonight and it's like, wow, this is a massive night. Tonight with Brian of the Art of Chaos, tonight's a massive night, and I kid you not, this is real big. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this is you know what I'm saying? I mean, from now on, I mean, we going hard at it on the whole Rock Tuesday, so we just doing it big, and it's just gonna be flagship by the Art of Chaos. So I'm telling you now, we just going hard at it, rock style. On Tuesdays, permanent now, you know what I'm saying? This is just big, real big, you know what I'm saying? Branded is up in the damn house tonight with Brian of Art of Chaos. Got Philly hosting this thing. We doing it big, you know what I'm saying? This is, you know what I'm saying? You have one of your final times. If you want to just go in and just say, hey, what's good to Brian, make sure you do it, 347-215-8653. 347-215-8653. Oh, I'm getting hella calls right about now. Oh, wow.
All right.
Okay. see, look at. What did I tell you when it's like, hey, your final time to speak to Brian? I get a whole bunch of calls. I got a call right now. Unlisted number. What's good? I know you can hear me. You on the air live with Brian.
Oh my gosh, Brian, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh my God, this is so awesome.
Wait, who are we talking to? Where are you from?
I'm from California. You totally know me. I'm Andrea.
Oh, hey, what's up? Glad you got through.
Yeah, Carol sent out a bunch of bulletins, you know, MySpace, and I was like, shut up, talk to Brian. So I called.
Awesome. I'm glad you did.
At first I was like, dude, no way.
Yes,
well, what's your big question?
I get to ask him a question?
Yeah, you get to ask him a question.
Oh my gosh.
One. You get to say anything you want to him.
I can say, well, I love you, Brian.
Oh, thank you. I love you too.
I don't know. I'm totally nervous right now. I'm not like live, am I?
Yeah, you're live right now, girl. You're live for hundreds of thousands of people all over the country.
Wow, thanks. No pressure.
No pressure at all.
It's not like you're in front of them or anything like that. But how long have you been listening to Art of Chaos?
Oh, I met them back in like was it 2006?
Yeah, maybe.
They played a private party for one of my best friend's birthdays. And that's how I met them. They were so cool about it, too. They just came down and they played their hearts out, and it was absolutely amazing that they came down to the private party.
We haven't done one of those in a while, but yeah, that was awesome.
It was amazing. And that's how I got introduced to them, and ever since then I've been a huge fan.
Yeah, she definitely is. It's awesome.
Okay, well, I don't want to take up like all of your guys' time because I'm sure there's like a million other people who want to talk to you.
Well, thanks for calling. Appreciate it. Hopefully see you soon.
No problem. I hope I see you too.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Definitely appreciate the call. Yeah, that's one of a ton of emailers, a ton of callers, a ton of people that's You know what I'm saying? I had one caller drop off, but that's okay. We'll still keep that moving. But I got another call from, another New York call from the 607. You in the house? VR Tuesdays, Branded Philly, and Brian of Art of Chaos. What's good?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, Phil? You there?
Oh, this is my cousin Joey. Joey, what's good? How you doing,
Hey.
man? You got a question for Brian from Art of Chaos?
Yeah, I got a question for him.
Awesome.
Knock yourself out.
I was wondering, last year when you guys were on the Project Revolution tour, does like Linkin Park or whoever is in charge of that put a lot of like rules on you guys on like how much merch you guys are allowed to sell and stuff, since you guys are like an independent band?
You know what's funny? I don't know how much of this I'm allowed to speak about. We sort of joined the tour. We joined the tour after sort of all these sort of negotiations with the venues were set up, and we weren't supposed to really be selling merch, but dude, the kids got to make a little bit of money. We were like, you know what I mean? So we were selling CDs on the side, and you know they were cool with it just as long as we kept it on kept it on under wraps, you know, because we didn't want to, you know, they had separate agreements, and as long as we kept it under wraps. But we were at one venue, and they got in our face telling us they were going to steal our stuff and arrest us if we kept selling stuff, so we had to stop. But it was pretty crazy. We were pretty guerrilla about the whole thing, but like I said, we ended up giving most of our stuff away just to give CDs to people. But we sold, you know, we were trying to sell shirts and CDs here and there, and it was really funny. It was really like sort of like Mission Impossible in a sense, but it was a lot of fun. But there were no real restrictions other than that. And, you know, it's got to be on time, do your thing. And we got free food, and it was awesome food. I ate so much. And they had their own catering team come. It was great, dude. I have a sweet tooth. I was eating brownies for days, and I swear I probably should have lost pounds on the tour because it was so hot, but I think I just, like, maintained my weight because I was free buffet. I was eating, like, 6 meals a day because, you know, you get free food. You might as well take what you can.
I feel you. See, that's great. Most people who got to go on tour with Linkin Park, they be like, oh, I got to meet Linkin Park. There was so many people there. I did this. Brian's talking about the free buffet. And
oh, wait. I mean, not that wasn't cool. Like, I got to meet, okay, I was eating. Okay, granted, I just told you I was eating. And the whole time on the tour, I'd been joking about meeting Chester from Linkin Park. And I was like, oh, yeah, me and Chester go way back. Like, we're homies. Like, we're going to hang out. He's, you know, we're going to shoot the shit. And I never saw him. And so one day he walks in the catering, and here I say, lo and behold, I'm always eating, right? And I froze. I mean, I saw him, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I sort of looked the other way because I had no idea what to say. And I think he knew who I was. He came up to me, and he patted me on the back. I was like, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? I, like, almost shit my pants. I didn't know what to say. I froze, and, like, food in my mouth. And my bandmates were like, why didn't you say anything? It's like the guy I'd been waiting to meet the whole tour, practically maybe my whole life, came up to me, and the one moment I saw him, I freaked out and I froze, and it was like, it was so embarrassing because after it was like, oh my God, there's so many things I wanted to say and thank him, and like, I was lost for words. We met a lot of other cool people too. I mean, like the lead singer Placebo, Brian, came up to me, and after our last show, and you know, he'd said he'd never heard of us, and he came out. He'd heard about us being on the tour, and he heard us from Soundcheck, and he was like, I heard your voice, and funny enough, he was like, I thought it was a girl at first. He's like, no offense. He's like, I get that all the time, and I was like, oh no, I get it all the time too, or whatever. And he's like, but I was just blown away, and I asked the guys from Medina Lake, who are our buddies there, you know, they're the band on Roadrunner Records, who are amazing. You should check them out. You know, who you were, and he told us, and he came up to me at our booth afterward, and personally was like, and another moment I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, I am in awe of this man. He creates great music, and he's telling me that he loves what we do. I was like, you have no idea. Like, what are you talking about? This is so cool. And we took pictures of everybody. We were like acting like little stupid fans. Like we were, I mean, it was like only time in our life we may get to do that. We had pictures of everybody. Gerard from My Chemical Romance was awesome. He gave us a shout out on stage a couple times, and everybody was nuts. Mike Shinoda's really great. He's really nice, and you know, probably part of the big reason we were on that tour too, along with the other guys from Linkin Park. So it was nuts being with everybody. It was a lot of fun. So brownies and meeting kick-ass people were like the highlights.
Big shout out to the whole catering team that did the whole Project Revolution. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to
yeah, I want to thank Linkin Park and fucking catering. There you go.
There you go.
Everybody that's buffet and all that shit.
There you go. 607, I definitely appreciate your call. I do got another one calling from 704, you on live, VR Tuesdays with Branded Philly and Brian of Art of Chaos. What's good?
What's going on?
What's up?
I was just calling in to listen. I don't really have anything to ask.
Oh, very nice. Well, I'm glad that you called to say hello.
Well, since you're on the air, you might as well talk to Brian, you know what I'm saying? Say hi, where you calling from, what's your name and everything like that.
This is Wendy from North Carolina.
Okay.
Oh, hello, Wendy from North Carolina. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
We're good.
I'm awesome.
So are
we
you an
know
Art of
that.
Chaos fan? Are you an Art of Chaos fan?
Absolutely.
How long have you been listening to Art of Chaos, girl?
I don't know, 2 years now?
Wow,
Yeah, so
hardcore.
So you know, that sounds good. So you know a little bit about him. What's your favorite track?
I don't know. I'm partial to the old stuff, like Chaos Factor and Maker Maker, but I think All
very
Right,
cool.
I would have to say, is probably the #1 song.
That's amazing. I love, we still to this day love playing that song. It still gets one of the best reactions, even though it's on the older record. It's definitely the crowd favorite. The crowd sings the longest, not the longest, the loudest during that song. So,
Right.
love that track.
Well, it's cool to see the changes and stuff happening, but, I mean, the old stuff is still just so good.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I love it when people love the old stuff too. It's still, just as big a part of us as it was then as it is now, and vice versa. So I'm glad you said that. That's great.
Yeah, you guys rock.
Well, thank you so much.
You know what? Hey, you know what, sweetheart? We're going to keep it dialed. Make sure you keep it dialed in on Tuesdays because, Art of Chaos will definitely have that rotation playing on a regular basis. So just make sure you keep it tuned in, and, we're gonna keep it, we're gonna definitely keep it going for Brian and Art of Chaos. So we'll keep it dialed right here.
Absolutely. He deserves every bit of it.
Oh, thank you so much.
No doubt.
Well, nice talking to you. Thanks for calling.
Anything else you want to say to Brian, sweetheart?
Huh?
Anything else you want to say to Brian, sweetheart?
Well, just that he's going to be my future husband someday.
Well, I'm very flattered. Thank you. That means a lot. Send me some brownies, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, you just keep eating those brownies.
Oh, man.
If you got your own catering team, Brian is hooked. He's there. If you got,
some people say a man's heart is through his stomach. Maybe I'm one of those guys.
I never thought brownies, so, I mean.
Cookies and brownies. I'm a sweet tooth fanatic.
There you go.
I just keep it simple. So, anyway, wow.
Appreciate it, sweetheart. Thanks for calling. Definitely appreciate the fact that you calling. So just make sure you keep it tuned in, baby. We gotta see. Look at Brian. I mean, we get people calling in. See, when I say it's the last segment for Brian, we just get calls coming out of the ass, and you know what I'm saying. And I got a couple of questions from the emailers, but I don't want to keep the people calling in. Holding on or whatnot. So we can answer them.
We can answer them all. I think we got. We can do one more.
Oh yeah. We can definitely do. I got one from Vanessa real quick. So you guys stay on the line real quick. Vanessa's calling, or she's emailing from where is she? From Vermont, and she just wants to know exactly what's in your CD rotation now as far as the people that you're listening to right now. Aside from Art of Chaos.
I love these questions. Sadly, a lot of my CDs in my car right now are mixes that we've been sort of messing around with, but let's see, what have I been popping in? You know what? It's sort of a guilty pleasure, but I'm really liking the Paramore record. My little sister introduced me to it, and it's got so much energy, and it's not normally what I listen to, but every time I hear that record puts me in a good mood, and, the lead singer, Haley, has such a great voice, and they just do some really creative things. I've been listening to Sigur Rós. It's a really band I love. This Halfheim sort of record they did. It's weird, chirpy sort of music. It's definitely very cinematic. I've been listening to some. What's another record I just bought? I just bought a Marvin Gaye anthology, actually. I've been listening to that too.
That's right.
Yeah, and then I've been listening to guy named James Morrison. He's kind of got like a soulful sounding, like Motown kind of voice, and I've been listening to this band called Frou Frou. They're an independent, like indie sort of sounding band, and I really like them too. And let's see, who else heavy have I been listening to? I was listening to the new Chevelle record. I just popped it back in again, so I'm definitely all over the board. Like, I listen to some different stuff, so that's probably what's in my CD right now, my CD player, my iPod right now.
There you go. There you go. Very good. Let me go ahead and let me grab this. Let me grab this other call. That's an unlisted area code, but you on live VR Tuesdays, branded Philly. Brian of Art of Chaos. What's good?
Hello?
Hello?
Hey,
Hello.
Hey, Brian.
Yes, hello.
It's me, Judy.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, pretty good. I just have one question.
Okay.
How can we get a hold of your songs for the chords if we want to play it?
You know what? We've been sort of meaning to sort of do that. I know that Matt, like, people have messaged him on MySpace, and Matt and Miles, you know, who write the guitar parts, they have definitely responded to people. Like, we've had people ask and want to, like, play or cover songs in their bands. I definitely feel like if you were to write them specifically, say Matt or Miles, as for chords, I know they have them all worked out, and they're always happy to do that. They think they actually love to write those out for people and are always excited when people want to learn their parts. But I would say ask them. I think maybe in the future I've been trying to convince them we should write them out and sort of post them on our pages so that everyone can sort of play and share, and it's definitely fun to do that. So yeah, but I would send them a message first and foremost, because I'm not that music, you know, I don't really know how to write that stuff out, but you know, it's guitars, they handle a lot of the music songwriting and composing as well as I do, so they would definitely be able to do that for you, and I'm sure they'd be happy to do it.
Okay, yeah, because I've been trying to figure it out. I couldn't figure any of the chords out.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's always hard to do it by ear, but yeah, I'll actually tell them that you called and said that, and we'll see what we can do about that. Maybe we'll post something on a bulletin, like in a blog or something. That would definitely be awesome. Yeah, but thanks, though. Thanks for calling. Appreciate it. That's a good question.
All right, definitely appreciate the call, sweetheart. Let me go ahead and grab another call. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think this might have to be my last one, guys.
See, you say that, and then we'll get like 5 or 6 or probably
I know.
more people calling.
Yeah, I think I might have to go after this one. Sadly.
See, Brian, you know what? I think a lot of, and what the emailers is pretty much saying too, and they just love your voice. I mean, you see where I'm going with this. I mean, you're getting a ton of emails from women. You're getting a lot of calls from women. You kind of see where I'm going with this, right? So if y'all didn't know, y'all better know now that Brian of Art of Chaos is the man.
It's single and ready to mingle.
When I grow up, I want to be just like Brian, and maybe I could be a member of Art of Chaos, so I can be ready to go with the ladies.
Oh wow! Hell yeah! Let's do it. What do you play? Let's just come on. We'll think of something. You can come roll with us.
Oh man, let's do it. No, real talk. Like I was going to ask you if after the show was done, maybe tomorrow sometime, if I can hit you up and talk a little bit of business, see if we can't get a hip hop kind of rock Art of Chaos type thing going.
I am always down for collaborations, and I've been looking forward to somebody asking us to do something cool like that. So hell yeah, I think we should. That'd be great.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah, definitely, man. I got your number. You got mine. We'll chop it up some other time. But right now, I got one quick question from an emailer and everything like that. Because like I said, I'm not at a computer, but I wrote a couple down. And this is one that caught my eye that I've been wanting to ask you. Basically, he wants to know if a fan were to put himself in Brian's shoes, what's a day in the life like?
Oh my God. Well, I work. I have a job. I got to pay the bills. I know it doesn't sound very glamorous, but I love where I work. Maybe my boss is listening and be like, hey! But I wake up. I roll out of bed. I hate getting out of bed in the morning. It's awesome. I throw on the iPod. I get ready for work, go to work, drive in awesome LA traffic for an hour up to an hour and a half. On my off days, we're always, Matt and I live together and we write music on our downtime. Spend a lot of time on MySpace, talking to fans and doing stuff, and I handling business for the band, and we practice like 3 to 4 times a week. I'm actually at practice right now, and the guys are out, behind me jamming, working on material, so, which they keep pointing at me that I got to get back to, we're such workaholics in this band, and like we're working all the time doing business we're out promoting, or we're out, you know, writing, or we're doing something on, you know, on the internet, we are always creating ways to reach our fans and get our music out there. And it's really, really crazy. It's a 24/7 job. We eat, you know, sleep, breathe this band, and you know, hopefully all that hard work and determination will get us where we need to be, you know. So a day in the life is a very crazy, overworked, stressed out, but yet stressed out and super happy Brian. So if you want to walk in my shoes, I wear a size 10 boot. So if you can come hang out with me for a day, and I'll show you a good zany time.
Here you go. Let me go ahead and grab a caller 562. You on the line? VR Tuesday.
562. What up, local? Woo! Long Beach. Long Beach. Hello.
Hey, it's Elaine.
Who is this?
Elaine?
Oh, Elaine. How you doing?
Yeah, hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for calling. So, what's on your mind? You got a question for me?
I just want to call and say hey.
Oh, awesome. Even better.
Or, wait, I do have a question. When are you going to play in Long Beach
cool.
again?
What's that?
When are you going to play in Long Beach again?
Whew, well, Long Beach. I don't know. We played the Vault not too long ago. That was an awesome show. We got to play with the band Helmets. Our next local show is, I don't know how close you are to Anaheim. Anaheim's not too far from Long Beach. It's February 24th at Chain Reaction. We're playing with some really great bands. That's the next local show we have booked. We just got a new drummer, so we're definitely working on writing a lot, but, you know, get your people together, and if you want us to play in Long Beach, we'll definitely come down to Long Beach, you know. So, I don't know. I mean, hopefully, you know, we'll be playing a lot more local shows, probably, you know, 1 to 5 a month, you know, so it's all up in the air right now. Everything's just changing and happening really fast. I don't have an exact date for Long Beach, but I'm sure it will happen really soon. So, but you know, there's all the shows in Hollywood and in Orange County and all over the place. So we're out there. We got a birthday party you want us to play? Let us know. Very cool. Thanks for calling. It's nice talking to you.
Oh,
All right, thanks for the call, sweetheart. Yeah, people can't seem to let you go, Brian. I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple quick ones. I know you got a couple of. I know you got something you got to take care of too. But I'll go ahead and squeeze these couple of calls in and make sure we get 443. You was online earlier, then you dropped off for some reason. But I got you back on. You on live VR Tuesdays, Brandon in Philly with Brian from Art of Chaos. What's up?
Hello.
Let me see if I can. He
Hello?
dropped off. Whoever it was dropped off.
Oh, man, we lost him again.
Let me go ahead and get a 714. You on the air? What's good?
Yes.
Brian of Art of Chaos is here. What's up?
Hey, Brian, it's Jody.
Hey, how's it going, Jody?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's good to hear from you.
You too. I'm so proud of you guys. You're rocking it, dude.
Thank you so much.
It's like I see it every day. I'm like, God, they're just doing more and more. I can't wait to see you again. I had the best time.
That's so awesome. Thank you. It means the world to us.
I just got home and signed on to MySpace, and it's like, call Brian right now. I'm like, okay. My daughter's standing here freaking out. She can't believe I'm talking to you.
That's so awesome. Very cool.
So I'm keeping up to date. I don't get to comment Thursday and everything, dude. I'm tired. I'm working, whatever. But I love you guys to death. And
well, thank you so much. It means so much to have you supporting us. It truly does.
It was a blast. I was so glad to be at the Roxy. It was awesome.
No, for the LA Battle Project, right? The whole project, what started the whole project resolution. That definitely probably is if I could change my answer to the question earlier, that would definitely have to be my favorite local show so far.
Okay.
Yeah,
But, I'm so glad you were there. It was really awesome. That was an incredible night.
Yeah, I loved it when they told us we had to shut up.
Yeah. Art of Chaos fans were screaming so loud, and you could hear it vibrating in the walls. We were backstage, and it was like so loud. And they thought it was a lot of hype. They're like, we just thought you brought your friends, but, you know, if you watch the episode on our MySpace, Art of Chaos, you know, myspace.com/Art of Chaos, you can catch the MTV2 episode, the LA Battle Project, and, you know, they were saying, you know, we thought you just were bringing your friends in hype, but there's, you know, honestly a following, and people really believe in you, and that shows, and that was probably one of the best compliments that they could pay us, but it was a really cool night. That was definitely fun. You can catch those episodes and see what that was all about. I think Jody, you're in a bunch of the shots.
Yeah. Yep, it was a trip.
Yeah, very cool.
All right, well, I hear you have things to do, so I just wanted to call and tell you I'm so proud of you guys and keep on rocking it.
Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
I'll keep voting and doing and whatever. I'm right there with you.
Hell yeah, thank you so much.
All right, and take care.
Thanks for calling. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Definitely appreciate the call. And, yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with Philly when I say, Brian, when I grow up, too, I want to be just like you, man. I have to.
Thank you. I'm flattered. That means a lot.
I have to be you know, an official member of Art of Chaos or something like that, just so you can be able to teach me the ropes or something. So you know what I'm saying?
I'd be more than happy to. We can hang out. It'll be fun.
I mean, seriously, I'm gonna have to screen save some of this stuff that I'm getting, but I'm gonna have to forward you like a handful of these emailers and stuff like that. But yeah, tonight is crazy. It's crazy.
Why'd you have to
and it's chaos and it's Art of Chaos, so it's definitely happening. So I definitely appreciate the fact that you came in and did it up real big.
No, man, I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys had me. It really, like I said, I'm more than happy to do it, and hopefully we get to do it someday in the future again. It'd be fun.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this was something that's definitely historic. So I definitely want to say that, you know what I'm saying, you're actually, you know what I'm saying, you're helping us get to the point where we're doing more shows, and we're going to continue to do shows like this and make sure you stay on the rotation, and your music is going to be played on a regular basis on, you know what I'm saying, Tuesdays and beyond. You know what I'm saying, just because we do, half and half of hip hop and stuff like that, I'm definitely throwing Art of Chaos music on there. So it's all about.
That means a lot. If I can be rolling with those guys too, that'd be awesome.
There you go. See, that's what's good. We gonna make sure that happens, right, Philly?
Oh, hell yeah. Most definitely.
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate it so much. So thanks for the opportunity.
Most definitely. But Brian, before you get up out, do you think you could leave us with a little radio drop, letting them know that you're Brian from Art of Chaos, and they're on Vintage Music Rock Radio with Branded B.I.G. in Philly?
Brandon B.I.G.?
Branded B.I.G. in Philly.
Yeah, but before you do that, Brian, real quick, let me see if I can grab this 443 that's been calling and dropping. I don't know if that person has a couple of issues, but let me go ahead and see if you on live. 443 was good. You on the line? Oh, they dropped off again. Come on.
Maybe they're nervous.
Brian, you know what that is, right? You know, you probably just, probably a nice, young, sweet lady that's just, they just want to hear your voice, Brian. They just want to hear your voice, Brian. That's another, I love you, Brian. All right, go ahead. All you have to do, Brian, is just say, hey, I'm Brian of Art of Chaos, and you're listening live on Vintage Music Rock Radio with Branded and Philly.
All right, what's up, everybody? This is Brian from Art of Chaos, and you're listening to Vintage Rock Music Radio with Brandon and Philly. Stay tuned, because they kick ass, and this is the best show ever. So I had a little something to
That's ill.
That was good.
You're the man, yeah. Brian. You're the man. I'm gonna have to holler at you, Brian. You're definitely the man. And after tonight, like I said, to me, I should have probably just opened the show up, be like, yeah, you guys, welcome. This is Brian. Brian's only gonna be here for a minute, so you gotta call in.
It's cool, man. Well, thanks, guys.
We had all these shy people that just, send emails or that's hanging out in the chat room, and, we tell people Brian's coming to the end, it's coming to an end. You get everybody calling. You got all these emails.
And before you get up out of here, Brian, man, I just want to thank you, for opening up a door for us that a lot of people wouldn't even give us an opportunity to knock on,
No, man, not at all. It's my pleasure. It's so great. Like I said, I really respect and love what you guys are doing, and if I can support a cause like yours anytime, I'd always be up for it. So anything I can do to help.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Appreciate it, man.
shouts out to 443, because whoever 443 is, they're calling and hanging up, calling and hanging up.
I don't know where 443 is, but 443.
Shout out to the 443.
Hey, real quick, Brian, let me go ahead and grab, because somebody's actually just like emailing the hell out of me, asking me, can I hold on for 1 minute? But 914 is on the line. Do you got something to say to Brian real quick before he gets out of here?
I just want to say great show, and I missed most of the show, but what I heard so far is quite fantastic. And I
Thank you.
To find out, do you have a tour schedule or anything?
You know, someone asked that earlier. We don't necessarily have anything planned right now because we're heading into the studio pretty soon and working on a new record. But we are maybe in some talks about jumping on some tours that may take us, around the country. But we're, everything's still up in the air. But once we sort of nail that out, everyone will know. Like, check our MySpace. If anyone can sign up on our mailing list, which is linked on our MySpace, that would be the quickest way to find out. Because as soon as we find out, we're going to let everyone find out. So. But yeah, we're waiting to get on the road. So, what's that?
Are you going to be going to South by Southwest? Do you do that or CMJ?
I don't think that's on our itinerary. I don't think we're going to be doing that this year.
Okay.
We talked about it, and but I think we're just going to stay home and just keep working on the record. Yeah.
Okay. What about CMJ when the music comes out?
What's that?
What about the CMJ Music Festival? Are you going to do that in October?
Maybe, maybe we get the opportunity, we get a phone call, or if the time seems right and everything goes good, and if we get the opportunity, we're gonna jump on it. We're always down for playing any and anywhere. So, if we can, we will be there. But thanks so much for calling.
Good luck on your record. What's that? I said good luck on your record.
You.
I hope you come up with some great tunes and some.
I can't wait to share with everyone. I thank you so much for saying that. That's awesome. I'm sure everyone will be happy. Very cool. Well, it was nice talking to you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
Definitely appreciate the call. Definitely appreciate the call. Now, you know what, Brian? I know I gotta let you go, man. And you know what? I gotta get rolling out. I hate to sound like a jerk, but. And I got 443 just like lingering on the phone still. If you really wanna talk to Brian, or if
this is your last chance. This is your last chance you're gonna get.
Your last chance. So let's see if we can do this right. 443, you are on the line with Brian of Art of Chaos.
443 is on the line. You know who this is already, branded? It's Tell, man.
Oh,
whoa, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
How's it going?
Seeing as I call you guys on the line and Brian stood on there, I thought I might ask Brian when he's going to come to the UK and do a tour.
You know what, man?
Right now.
I know. We're aching and trying to figure out every way to get overseas and to get out of the U.S. and tour. I think definitely with after the next record, we were just depending on what happens, I think we're just really going to set on our eyes on hitting the road and the following, and we're going to follow wherever the people want us. Like, we definitely have we have demands in crazy places like Pennsylvania and then a lot in the UK. So if we can get out there, we're going to get out there. But like I said, we're trying to come up with the funds, the tour and stuff. So like, if anybody's listening, support the cause, buy music, buy T-shirts, not because we need the money for ourselves, because it's the last thing that we want, but to get out on the road, and that helps, it helps get us out there. So any and everything helps, and we appreciate it. But yeah, man, I wish I had a more definite answer, but trust me, it is always on my list of things to do and the band's list of things to do to come and reach everyone that supported us, and we definitely want to get out there to play, and Europe is a dream to be able to play, so we are, doing anything in our power to hit it up and get out there.
There you go.
Hope to see you one day.
There you go.
What's that?
I appreciate it.
It's nuts.
Yeah, definitely. Tell, stay on the line, Brian. I wanna, just like Philly said, man. I wanna thank you for, touching up the show and making history tonight. And we're gonna keep it. That VR Tuesday is just definitely gonna go hardcore from now on. And like I said, Art of Chaos is definitely the flagship group to be able to, make this even bigger. Rotation will be done on a regular.
And y'all be on the lookout for that Mystery Entertainment / Art of Chaos collaboration, because I'm telling you it's going to happen.
All right.
There you go.
It's gonna happen. Y'all be
be
on the
cool,
good
guys.
of that.
Well, thanks so much. I'm gonna have to wish you guys a good night, and hopefully we'll speak soon then.
Definitely,
right,
Brian, man.
appreciate
Thank you. Big shout out to Art of Chaos.
Yeah,
Alright,
man.
yeah.
I will tell him you say hello. The guys say hello, and yeah, man. Give me, drop me an email, drop me a call, and everybody, thanks for listening. It's been really fun. All the questions have been amazing. So hopefully we'll see everybody really soon.
All right,
Good luck, man.
appreciate it.
Tell them all we
Cool,
want
man.
them on the show.
All right, I will.
All right, be good.
All right,
man.
that was Brian, Art of Chaos. You know what I'm saying? Wow.
I
Tonight's
just want to
crazy.
give a big shout out to all the haters right now who said that this would never go down, who said that this wouldn't be possible, who told me that we could never cross over from hip-hop and branch into rock and metal. I just want to give a big fuck you to everybody that told me that. Y'all can kiss my ass.
And you
suck
know
my
what?
dick.
Tuesdays, and you know what, Philly Tuesdays, we going hard with the Vintage Rock Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? We're going to definitely do that from now on, going forward. We just going to make sure we keep that shit up, make it happen, you know what I'm saying? Play hits, people like Art of Chaos on a regular basis and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? People that say that we can't do it, like you said, they kiss my ass at the same time, you know what I'm saying? So,
Exactly.
for real,
But
you know what I'm saying?
But right now, with that all out of the way, we got the homie from the UK on the line. I tell, man, what it do?
What it do, man? How you doing?
You know what I'm saying, man? I'm chilling. So let people know, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, where can they find you at? Hit them with the MySpace address.
Well, it's myspace.com/LTEL. That's just LTEL, straightforward, and that's where you'll find me.
That's what's good, man. Now, how long you been grinding in the game?
Damn, it's a long story. I mean, I can start from way back in the day, but I mean, probably since I can remember, probably about 13, 14, 22 now. It's been a long time in the game, man. Long time in the game. Just writing lyrics, getting shit down, spitting after school, spitting to my friends, spitting in clubs. Just getting it all down. That's it.
That's what's good.
That's
Now,
what's
what
good.
projects you got out right now?
What was that?
What projects you got out right now? Like, is there any albums that you're working on? Any mixtapes you're working on? What you been doing?
Yeah. I've just finished a series called Satan's Child. That's a series of 3 mixtapes right there, and I just finished the third recording of that mixtape. That dropped about just a week and a half ago. And now I'm moving on to bigger projects, moving on to an album at the moment, working a couple of boys over on the East Coast, Baltimore. Big up to Mikey. Just moving on from project to project, doing whatever I can get my hands on at the moment.
There you go. LTEL, before I ask you a question, let me just go ahead and snatch this 619 call. 619, you on the line with Philly, Branded, LTEL. You just missed Brian if you wanted to holler at Brian, but you on live. What's up?
Not much. I was trying to holler at Brian, actually.
Yeah, you just missed him, sweetheart. Missed him. Yeah. Actually, he was on here for a strong hour and 45. You know what I'm saying? He had to go back and do his thing. But we gonna make sure we keep his music going too. So just make sure you stay tuned on Tuesdays. We're gonna go hard at it. Vintage Rock Radio. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna stay here. We're gonna have a lot of people just like Art of Chaos. You know what I'm saying? Brian's probably gonna
Nexxlegacy.